Ooh la la, this is getting pretty spicy. Early doors, mate. Madueke isn't even in an Arsenal shirt, and there's been graffiti all over Arsenal murals. Arteta out had been trending for a while. A lot of split opinion, and perhaps Nomi Rant, who was a divisive character for 52 million, maybe have been the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm going to react to a video of said graffiti. We can react to it a little bit as well to talk about it. I must say, it seems a bit strong. As a Chelsea fan, I'm pretty happy with the business. 52 million. I think he's a player of worth. England international. I get it from an Arsenal perspective. They need Gyökeres, they need a striker or a Seshko. They need a starting left winger. And instead they've spent £52 million on essentially and ostensibly like a Saka backup. And I think probably the main issue is it's Chelsea again. They're giving the money to Chelsea again. Can't speak for Arsenal fans, for I am a Chelsea fan, but welcome back. Heck, even Arsenal fans, you guys are welcome here. Everybody's welcome here. So welcome back to Football Yannick, where there is, of course, daily content here on the channel. Upload daily, speaking about all the big footballing stories. So if you think you'll be interested in that, my commentary, my thoughts, why don't you hop on board, mate? Subscribe if you want to. Hit the bell if you choose to, man. Oh, we've hit 18.6 thousand subs, which is great. Very pleased with the progress, so thank you for that. I'm gonna react. There's the trigger warning. There's some swear words in this graffiti. You will see some bad words, so I need to, say that now. I've muted the video because the guy filming it's been turning around social media. He swears as well. I try not to, but there'll be some naughty words written in this graffiti. We'll show you it. We'll react to it. It's less than a minute, and then we can talk about it from there. So yeah, this is a tweet showing the video from a guy called AFC 12th Man. People have had enough, ain't they? The straw that broke the camel's back, which would be referring to Nomi Rant. So as you can see there, mural of Arteta with the C word on. Oh, let's not have the sound on. So yes, C word, and then there's Arteta out on William Saliba. There, Arteta out. I mean, yeah, peculiar spelling, but someone's gone to work and they've done the whole walkway here, really trying to highlight how they particularly feel. It's obviously important to note this is an individual or a small group. It's not, I can't imagine it's been commissioned by an Arsenal fan group. The guy is narrating at the moment. Let me just see if there's there's just more Arteta out stuff there. It's defend more Arteta out and C word, and yes. Oh, excuse me, I'm just choking there. Yeah, look, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I don't want to overdo the Nomi Rant stuff too much, but this is seemingly the thing that's annoyed a lot of people. If you are present on social media, you'll see loads of notable Arsenal fans that can't believe it. Like when he was linked, they were like, "Not another Chelsea player, not this guy. We don't need this guy." I must say, early doors in this video, I feel bad for Nomi. I don't it's tricky because obviously he's comes from Tottenham. He's playing up until this point for Chelsea. He's going to Arsenal. His allegiance is with himself, which is fair enough. As is his right. He is a good footballer. He's only 23. He's got a good experience. But like the online petitions for no to Madueke from Arsenal fans online, not to sign him. And of course, again, it's obviously you stress that this is probably an individual, or like I said, a small group of people. I can imagine they're young. I don't imagine these are 40-year-old men doing this, but you never know over these days. And that doesn't represent the fan base, of course. But what it does represent is how some people are reacting in such a high-octane manner, which perhaps wouldn't have happened if they didn't sign Madueke, if they had signed a Gyökeres or a Seshko or a left winger. There's talks now that Chelsea might sell Nico Jackson, and all the quote tweets on X or quote X posts are like, Arsenal, don't you dare. I mean, like Nomi Rant, I think Jackson's a good player, but I think it's context, isn't it? Arsenal have been second place in multiple years in a row. They want to crack on, but everyone can see the glaring problems. Remember when they needed a central defensive midfielder for years and years, and then they got Partey and Rice, and everything's fine. They've been like that for a striker now for years, and instead what they've done is the one position in the front three where they've got genuine world class in Bukayo Saka. They've bought a good deputy for him for 52 million quid as well. And look, I get it. Anthony Elanga's gone for 55, but Elanga is worth way more to Newcastle than Nomi Rant is worth to Arsenal. Think about it. Elanga's perfect. He starts for them. He starts over Jacob Murphy. He's perfect for the way they play, and he elevates them, and he's worth that much money for them. 52, so a similar price. Noni can't be worth that much to Arsenal. They could be like, oh yeah, good squad addition. If Chelsea were like, oh look, we want to make our money back, and just make a small book profit because he's not going to start for us 30 million. Then we might not even be seeing these graffiti. Maybe we will. Maybe they're like, another Chelsea player, blah, But the 52 million, I must say, it's not that Noni's not worth 52 million to someone. England international, experienced, 23 years old, likes shooting a goal. It's in a crazy market valuation, but he just can't be worth 52 million to Arsenal. I don't get it. It's probably a Mikel Arteta signing. There's just this continuous narrative that I think enrages a section of the Arsenal fan base that, they take Chelsea's unwanted players. And say what you want. You can make a case for whichever. I mean, Luiz and Willian probably not, and Czech. Those first three in recent years, not successful. Georgino, I think, was very cheap. It did suit Chelsea because I think he had 6 months left on his deal and wasn't playing. So it was seen as free money for Chelsea and probably a good backup. I kind of look at Georgino in the same way as Kepa, like this good sort of backup rotational options. Havertz, I think some Arsenal fans like Havertz. He's clearly very talented. He costs they overpaid for him. For Chelsea, I think we made a book profit on Havertz. We had him for 2 years. He cost us 71 million. I think we sold him for 78 million to Arsenal. There was no one else that was in for him. It was meant. I can't believe they went out that high. And of course, Havertz is a good player, but I think people would be. He could have come from not Chelsea and cost 30 million from Europe, Havertz, and been this attacking midfielder that they play at striker sometimes that scores the odd goal, and it would that would be it. But they came from Chelsea. He cost more than double that, and it's because he won the Champions League with Chelsea. So it's a very, very tricky. And Sterling was alone, just a disaster for everyone, including Chelsea, and it's just they feel like they keep funding, and all these players, all of them, were surplus to requirements at Chelsea. It's not like they're coming in and they're taking a Cole Palmer. Chelsea didn't want to pay Kai Havertz's wages anymore. Georgino was going to leave on a free. They're doing anything to get rid of Kepa. All these players. And Noni, they'd be happy to use in rotation, but he's second choice to Neto, and of course Stevão, the young Brazilian super kid. He doesn't know what his future holds. So he's not that he's surplus to requirement, but they're not taking Chelsea's crown jewels. They're taking players that Chelsea are willing to sell to Arsenal, which is, as an Arsenal fan, probably a huge red flag in itself. And then when you pay that much money for it, it seems crazy. Now, the Arteta out thing, I don't think it's a direct reaction to Nomi Rant signing. I think it's like that guy put on X, the straw that broke the camel's back. I think for a while people have been... some Arsenal fans have been Arteta out. Not all of them, but some. It's been very interesting to monitor it. I think if you have a big boy conversation with some football fans, some Arsenal fans, about objectively, about football, Arteta's body of work has been excellent at Arsenal. I keep saying it. I get the frustrations, and it's not for me to speak for Arsenal fans. I am not one of them. But if you look at what Arteta's done, he's taken them out of the banter era. And indeed, he was part of the banter era as well. Consecutive 8th-place finishes, you know? Like, he was favourite to be sacked from the Premier League for a long time by the bookmakers. And we all joked as Chelsea fans, if he was a Chelsea manager, at the time, of course, Abramovich, well, it was the owner, very trigger happy. He would have sacked maybe 3 times over if he was at Chelsea. But they stood with him. Not only did he make them good, he made them consistently good. They don't drop out of the Champions League, and they've finished. I know it's seen as a bad thing to finish second 3 times in a row, but it's excellent. You know, the owners will love him, and look, football's about winning. Football's about trophies. So you know, the Chelsea fans flexing. We won't win the Club World Cup, almost certainly we'll get slapped by PSG. But if they do, then, you know, 2 trophies in Maresca's first season already doubles Arteta's 5 years, and he's already doubled the finals. But this isn't about Chelsea. No matter how much, you know, I playfully banter with those stats and figures, to make a team consistently good like that in this Premier League landscape is nothing short of excellent. The stuff in between, I mean, it's just the transfers, isn't it? Like, isn't it? Like, the coaching is great. I don't know so much about team selection. Maybe there's some real frustration with team selections. I'll have to ask some of my Gunner mates. But it's really just the transfers. Surely, if you asked any Arsenal fan, what's Arteta's biggest flaw? What's your biggest frustration with the manager? It'll be transfers. I'm pretty darn sure. But they've brought in Berta, the sporting director. He's supposed to be making moves on this. But they've gone back to the well again. They've gone back to Chelsea, and they've given Chelsea a lot of money. So, yeah, man, it's dramatic. I didn't think it would get this dramatic so quickly. But it has. Let me know your thoughts, though, guys. Thank you for joining me. Daily content here, of course. Often multiple uploads a day, so please do join the fun. Let's get that 20,000 subscriber mark, hopefully by the end of the summer. Get a few banging videos up on here for you guys to enjoy. All right, mate. Enjoy the football if you can. Peace.